Hi, I haven't done one of these in 3, 4 weeks now. A bit ridiculous, really. There's a lot going on. Hi, how you doing? Um, it's March, the something, early March. Um, a lot's gone on. Oh my goodness. Let's start with the obvious. Russia. They're in Ukraine. A situation that I wasn't fully expecting, but here we are. Yeah, Russia has invaded Ukraine, and they're not doing too well. Let's put it that way. Zelensky is doing very well, keeping the Ukrainians going, keeping them motivated with his propaganda. And the Ukrainian people are doing really well, considering they have a very small army. Russia's completely getting their asses handed to them. It's amazing to see all these Ukrainians come together to defend their country. They should be proud, and to be honest, I think some people in our country could take a few pointers. It's yeah, it's an interesting situation. They're being hit by sanctions from just about everyone. Their economy is going to go completely down. The papa. Everyone's pulling out of Russia. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird situation because no one in the West can really do anything, if you know what I mean. So this is all about, well, it's about multiple things. Russia thinks that Ukraine is Russian soil, and they don't want them to join NATO, as far as I'm aware. So the West can't act because they don't want to threaten a World War III, because it would be nuclear. So because Ukraine's not NATO, not a NATO country, the West can't do anything, and they won't let Ukraine join NATO because they don't want to start World War III. Similarly, they won't enact a no-fly zone over Ukraine, and they won't let them join the EU either. But yeah, it's atrocious what's going on. The amount of civilians being fired on is disgusting, really. However, Poland's doing an amazing job letting Ukrainians into their country. Yeah, interesting situation, not one that I hope goes on for much longer. Ukrainian people have suffered enough. Yeah. In some other news, Russia, an idol for Hololive, she had a bit of issue about a month and a half ago. So she offered basically what's effectively an online girlfriend experience. So she pretended to be like the girlfriend slash wife of people online as a virtual character, which to each their own, I guess. But she released some wedding merch, and then a few days later was talking about her in real life boyfriend on stream, and all of the incels got very upset. She came under a lot of scrutiny for that, which a bit weird, to be honest. I don't get it. Yeah, and then about 3 weeks ago, her contract just got terminated because she leaked inside information and false information to people. So yeah, that was a bit of a shock for a lot of people that follow VTubers. Not too informed on it myself, but I heard that it's a big thing. Yeah. The whole idol culture in Japan is a bit a bit of an odd thing, to be honest. They're expected to be like idols the entire time, even in their personal life. Like, they're expected not to have boyfriends, not to date, not to do anything really. It's very surreal, especially in the West. We don't really have anything equivalent to that. Yeah. What else? Cloud9. They've had a rough 2 weeks. They've partnered with blockchain, which I'm not too happy about personally. I think crypto's a bit of a weird thing. I don't think it's something that people should be flocking to invest in, especially when it can drop overnight like the ruble did. However, the big news was the dropping of LS. So LS was the head coach of Cloud9. They picked him up in November and they spent a lot of money on him. Like, he wanted like a Korean citizenship, and they built the entire team and the coaching staff and everything around LS, literally everything. And they trained in Korea for 2 months under LS philosophies. And we started up, first 2 weeks, absolutely brilliant. And then 11 minutes before we go on stage, they announced that they're getting rid of him and don't say why. Now, there's been a lot of like theories thrown around and some takes from other people, but still no real reason for why he got dropped like that. Obviously, you'd think it would be really serious if they're dropping their super head coach just like that, right, out of the blue. But then a lot of people with inside information that aren't allowed to say anything, because maybe they're under NDA or something, I don't know, they're all coming to LS's defense over this, and some of them are even leaving Cloud9 and saying, well, they shouldn't be kicked for that. That'd be like a warning maybe. But yeah, ever since they dropped him, it's just been kind of a bit mediocre from Cloud9. Very predictable, very bog standard, if I do say. So yeah, they're not doing too great at the minute. Yeah, unfortunate. It really is. I was looking forward to watching them. In my life, I had a volleyball tournament a week ago. Absolutely appalling. It was a shit show, if I'm honest. I think the main issue is just frustrations that come from other teammates, especially for me. I know I'm good at the game, right? I can play, but when the team mentality is just not there, it's not positive, I cannot perform. Like, I just get really frustrated with my teammates, and then it all goes to hell. It's over tiny things, right? So I would maybe mess up a set, like it would be too close to the net, and then I'd get 3 people scream at me further away from the net or higher or something, and it's rather than like oh, it's alright, good luck, or don't worry about it, we'll get them on the next one. It's negative feedback rather than constructive and positive, which you need in a team game. It's a bit of a weird one, but after the game was over and we did practice, it was a lot better. There was no stress and I was just focusing on my play. So that went good. We're in block 4 now for school. We're doing research methods for science and sociology. So it's studying how you study, which is boring, if I say. It's not the worst. Could be worse. I don't mind the science part of it. It's quite interesting. But I haven't been in really I have not had the opportunity to go in. People are sick, commitments other places. Yeah, it's a rough one. Speaking of rough, oh my goodness. I have been trying for like the last month to find a bloody job with hours that are reasonable. I want a part-time, right? Like a 12 to 16 a week, mainly on weekends or afternoons. I've applied to like 25, 30 of them, and all of them have come back no. I don't get it, alright? It's quote-unquote urgent help needed and no experience, but I have experience, right? I did work at a supermarket before, so it's not like I don't know anything about the thing. But they're all just saying, nah. I guess there is a bit of a problem with low skilled work at the minute. Positions are popping up and then disappearing just as quick. There's a lot of competition for it. Yeah. Want to get some money in the bank so that we can pick up some bits and bobs for uni when it comes around to it, which is happening this September. Exciting. I actually went to the university on Saturday. They had an applicant event, and it was just like come and meet the department teachers and experience how it's going to be. I actually have a thing here. So what we did was used a lathe, and we got to machine this on a lathe. I've completely forgotten what it was. Something cold fusion. Yeah. But yeah, apparently it's part of a Stirling engine. Which was cool. We had to lathe off the front and then drill out through the middle of it, and it came out pretty good. Happened rather quickly. I knew what I was doing on the lathe, but yeah, that was a good experience to meet some of the department. I still need to message the extracurricular teacher. I want to have a chat with her before we start the year, but other than that, yeah, it's good. I picked up some of the new expansion for Pokemon. Fairly certain the shop was rigging the cards, though. They might have been pack weighing, because we opened quite a few packs and only got one hit, and that's ridiculous for this new expansion. But yeah, not too much stuff on the way, though. In terms of things to do, I think we're just going to be vibing for the month and see what happens. But yeah, other than that, I will see you all whenever.